What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan, and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. This is my first hybrid deck profile for the BT-7 format. This is my purple Cherubimon hybrid with yellow base. Similarly, my Shine Greymon yellow hybrid has a purple base, which is kind of fun kind of thing. You're like, I'm playing yellow, but I'm playing purple, and I'm playing purple, but I'm playing yellow, so it's kind of a neat thing. And I mean, I could play a purple base, but I wanted to try the mix-up and see how I like it, especially with Cherubimon's ability, which we'll go into a little bit in there. So without further ado, let's get into the choices, and we'll explain how everything works. To start off with, we have our eggs for Upamon, attacking, trigger draw 1. If you have 3 or less security, so that's good. And then 1 Koromon, just so I have a 5th target, minus 1000 DP. He's not important. You're probably not getting to him. But yeah, 4 Koromon. Then you got Salamon, so you can have recovery +1 when it dies, because you're basically just getting your free draw to get to your combo pieces off your baby into level 3, and then next turn it's on the board, and you're making big tamer plays. So it's your opponent has to decide, do I deal with his tamer plays, or do I deal with his little level 3 monsters that just keep stacking up, and then you can attack with this die recovery 1 and just keep your stack really high, which is really good. As well, you have the for the Bushi Agumon, Rush, can attack other turn it comes to play, and that's really good with Cherubimon's effects, so we'll get into that a little bit later. So those are your yellows, and then you have we'll get rid of it's just the 8 yellows, and then you have the 4 Pokemon, which is your on play level 3 reveal top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 hybrid and 1 tamer to your hand, so hybrid or 10 warriors card in its traits, and 1 tamer to your hand. Place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. And when one of your tamers digivolves, gain 2 memory once per turn. So he basically makes some of your digivolutions free. Really, the best card in the deck. I have to have 12 of these because all of my hybrid decks are playing 3 to 4. So it's just nuts. So it's 12 level 3s. Then you start getting your hybrid cards. You got your 4 Loemon, your regular 2 cost on top of a tamer to digivolve, and your Kaiser Loemon. You can he has the 1 digivolve from 4 or 3 from a level 3, so you never really want to have to. But he's 2 on a tamer, so you're always putting him on a tamer, and he gets retaliation. Yeah, if it has, when digivolving, if this card has hybrid in its traits or Koichi in its digivolution cards, it gains retaliation. So on Koichi, it has retaliation until the end of the opponent's next turn. So you can just crash and kill it, which is really good. And that's all you have for your level 4s. Level 5s, you have the 4 Rihihimon. Rihihimon, I think that's how you say it. If I'm wrong, you'll have to correct me. I'm really bad with names. Just really strong. When one of your Digimon with a tamer card in its digivolution cards digivolves into this card in your hand, reduce the memory cost of the digivolution by 2. So he's a 1 cost level 5 digivolution on top of a tamer that has a hybrid on it. So that's really awesome. And then on deletion, if this card with hybrid in its traits is in with this card with hybrid in its traits, gosh, it's so hard to read these things. On deletion, if a card with hybrid in its traits is in this Digimon's digivolution cards, you may play 1 purple tamer card from your trash without paying its memory cost. And it gets its ability on play abilities, so it's just incredible the amount of recycling you can do in this deck, and we'll show you some of the combos that this deck does. So that's really cool. And this guy is like the key guy. If he honestly, if he gets hit, I wouldn't be surprised. I hope he doesn't, but we'll go into that. And then 2 Rebellion, just so you have more targets, and he gains blocker and retaliation, so he's actually kind of cool, especially if you can't get to your other combo pieces. So 6 level 5s. For our level 6s, we have 3 Cherubimon, and I have the nice ulti here. And so this will get into what he does when Digivolving. He's expensive. He's 4. When Digivolving, you may play 1 purple Tamer card from your trash without paying its memory cost. So again, getting your Tamers back, and their on plays go on, so that's really important. So when you trash a Tamer, you're just like, whatever. Or when you use a Tamer to Digivolve into a hybrid, you're like, whatever, I'm getting them back later. Then for each Tamer you have in play, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. So if you have a good selection of Tamers, which you usually will in this deck, you're going to board wipe all the lower monsters. And then on deletion, for each Tamer you have in play, you may play 1 level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. This does not specify color, and it doesn't negate their on plays. So this is nuts, because this is the combo piece right here. So Cherubimon gets you back all your level 3s. So you get back Bushi Agumon. He's got Rush. You get back Bokomon. He gets his effect. You get back Salamon, and now you have recovery +1 when you attack with it next turn and die. Or you can pop it with something and get recovery +1 on deletion, and just continue building up your security stack. It is nuts how good this is, especially with the Bokomon and the Bushi Agumon. Because if it's still your turn and you pop your own Cherubimon, or you just attack and it dies, then you got free attacks with Bushi Agumon, and, you know, free searching with Bokomon to get back to your any combo pieces you might be missing for your next turn. It's just, and that's why you play the yellow engine, is because of how good Cherubimon is. And I'm really excited because I love Cherubimon from Season 4 and from the original movie. One of my favorite kind of like, not like my favorite Digimon, but one of my favorite kind of like storyline Digimon. So that's really cool. So Cherubimon's really awesome. And then onto your Tamers, only the 3 Megas. You have 4 Matt, your Memory Tamer, and your Searcher. He searches your trash and gets your purple option or purple Digimon when he's played. The 4 Koichi, excuse me, on play, draw 1 and trash 1, and you gain a memory when it's deleted. This is really good because it can stop you from going into your opponent's turn when you play things like Call the Darkness. And then we also have 4 Mimi from BT-7. I did not think this was, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. It is amazing. You're using option cards in this deck all the time, and you're recycling them with Matt and with the other abilities. And basically just being able to like stop your turn from ending is just really good with her. And she's cheap 2 cost that you can just play off of and just go into your things. So that's really cool. And you need a lot of Tamers, and you want a lot of Tamers for your Cherubimon effect and for all your different hybrid plays. 2 Analog Youth. Again, it's a really great card. It does so many different things. Searches you even more and just helps you get to that Digi-Egg push when your stuff dies. So it's just kind of like free pluses. Anyways, and that's it for the Tamers. And then you have our last of it is our 4 Call to Darkness and 3 Schwartz Legris. I can't even pronounce it. Schwartz. We'll just call it Schwartz. This is the best removal card for purple in the game right now. 6 cost for each Digimon with hybrid in its traits. And each Tamer you have in play, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. So it's like both. So like both your hybrid monsters and your Tamers, and you're always going to have a lot. So you can basically board wipe your opponent unless they have a level 6. So basically you can, and honestly, sometimes I just shut my opponent down right away. And when it just has a couple lower level monsters on the board, because like with cards like Mimi, this is a 5 cost. And it's like by the time they build back up, you have a way better next turn because you just still have your monster and they're setting up again. So 3 of that is super good. Call to the Darkness is amazing. It is so gross. So delete one of your Digimon, then return 2 of your purple Digimon cards from your trash to your hand. I have to play 4 of this. I know a lot of people are playing less. I think this card is amazing. It's so good. I want to see it all the time, and I can do like an infinite loop combo with it, which I'll show you guys before we end the video. It is so good. Delete one of your Digimon is not even a cost. It's just delete one of your Digimon, then return 2 purple. It's like Blinding Ray. So basically, if you have no Digimon on board, or you just have something in the raising area, you can play this, add 2 cards back. You don't have to pop it, but the popping is really important because the popping sets off so many of your abilities, like Cherubimon, so that you can do those attack with, put Cherubimon on board, get a tamer back, attack with it, take out a security, kill it with this, add the Cherubimon back to your hand and something else, and then play a bunch of yellows and attack with them, attack with Bushi Agumons, and get Bokumon effects off. It's just, you go super plus with this deck, and it's so good. So anyways, we're going to go into the combo. So the combo is you need to have a mat on the board. You need to have Calling to the Darkness in your hand. You need to have a Rahihimon and say like a Kaiserleomon. And it's just really good because you have the mat, goes into your turn. Excuse me, guys. I don't know why I'm getting a cough all of a sudden. So you have these 3 cards in your hand. You have the mat. You're at 3 memory. You Digivolve for 2. Draw a card. You Digivolve for 1. Draw a card. Now you're at 0. You play, you can attack. He lives, get through security. Then you, if he lives, you get through security. Which honestly in this format is so much more likely because you're most likely hitting a tamer just because we're in hybrid format. You play Call of the Darkness, putting your opponent at 1. And if you have the Mimi on board, you can use the Mimi then, and then it's still your turn. Which is awesome. Or if, like, say this is a Koichi, you gain a memory on its death, and then on deletion, and you would still be your turn anyway. So there's many ways that this still makes it your turn. But this is, if you just have those cards, it goes to your opponent's turn, and memory locks them because they're at 1. These go to the graveyard. This gets played off the Rahihimon. These 2 can get added back to your hand for the Call of Darkness, and then he adds the Call of Darkness back to your hand. And you can do it all again next turn, plus you have 2 new cards in your hand. Just an infinite loop combo, really cool. And there's so many different ways to do it with the different cards, so it's a very combo-oriented deck. So I really think this purple hybrid deck is just really cool, and I've been testing it, and I love it, and it's so cool, and I can't wait to play it more. And I'm really excited for this format because I love purple, and honestly, this is a deck I can really get behind. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. If you enjoyed today's content, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications. Everything helps, and we really appreciate it, and we want to keep doing these videos for you. So if you enjoy it, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell. And you won't miss a single minute of the fun. That's all for now, folks.